So we got a few mods to install. It's finally warm enough in the old barn. It's been a heck of a winter here in New York. Haven't had one like this in years. But we got the fan, the relief valve for the swing. We got the, yep, you guys know, the hydraulic cooler. And I bought this little thing. Got ourselves a little hand transfer pump to suck the hydraulic fluid out. And oh boy, we got 7 hours on her. I got her from the dealership. They already had all the fluids changed and everything. And I found me a leak. We're gonna have to address that. It sat here all winter like that, fine, no drips. I moved it and stretched the arm out. And we got a leak. So I'm going to pull the canopy off. Probably pull the cowl off so I can get to the lines. Of course, I've already had this off a few times, but we'll take that off, the kickboard. Probably everything. So we can get to it and work on it a lot easier. I don't have any projects coming up anytime soon, so let's get her done. We got the floor off and got the dash panel. Can't remember what I called it. You guys know what it is, but save yourself some headaches. Always put your bolts back in everything you take apart. That way you never lose them. You always know where they're going. So I decided to take the back cover off. Just make life easier, why not? I could have struggled in there, but it is what it is. So we're going to hook the fan up first. Cheap Amazon fan. It was like 20 bucks. I'm going to put that in, and then we're going to put the oil cooler in, the hydraulic cooler. Oh, I was a cheater. I just used a couple pop rivets. That worked great for mounting the fan. She's nice and sturdy. Ain't going nowhere. So now is the hydraulic cooler. This lip right here, I'm going to put a product on it. Some awesome glue gasket maker called Right Stuff. And I'm going to slide that lip right down into there. I drilled a couple holes for the top bracket, of course. But I'm just going to cheat, and I'm going to use this right here. So I'm going to goop that up, slide this baby right in there, and bolt her on. So this is my go-to gasket maker glue. Any engine builders out there will know what I'm talking about. So I just did both sides of this oil cooler, hydraulic cooler. And I'm going to slide her down in there. And then I'm going to put a little goop up here. Then I'll bolt her on and let her dry. So we just got to get the wiring hooked up. And the fans will be hooked up and running. Oh, and the bottom hydraulic line. Yeeper. Alright, I'm thinking I need maybe a 45 coming off this. So I can go down, wrap around here. Then maybe 45 back up to this. That's all 3/4, say, NPT. So this is why you change your hydraulic fluid and anything new. Change anything new. Look at all this micron freaking particles. Feels like lapping compound. It is gritty and it will tear up pumps and final drive motors and everything. Alright, my local run-ins had some parts and pieces. Had a swivel. I got that from Home Depot. I wouldn't recommend using black pipe for hydraulic, but I've never had a problem with it. And from our run-ins, we got our hose. Our hydraulic line, 1/2 inch by 36. And that's gonna go from here all the way around back to our cooler. So from our filter housing that we installed, we had 3/4 inch NPT So I'm going to put in a 3/4 inch NPT angle 45, reduce it down to a 1/2 inch, and go to a 1/2 inch hose, hydraulic line, because our oil cooler is set up for 1/2 inch. So we got our line run. I put in one of them handy dandy oil drain lines. Everything come out pretty good. Got the electric all done up. Almost looks professional. Couple fuses, couple switches, individual switches for each fan. Yeah, now we're off to the cushion valve. Then clean up and test her out. So I'm going to take these hydraulic lines off this turntable motor to put the cushion valve in. So the top line here goes to the bottom of the valve. Vice versa, the top valve goes to the bottom of the motor. So I'm going to remove those, and I don't know, I may cut the line in half and get the cushion valve, get the ends put on the lines. Maybe I'll have lines made, I don't know. Valve set up. That's kind of self-explanatory. That's all NPT, 3/8 NPT. That's the cushion valve I bought, was 3/8. I put a swivel in so I could get past here, so I could get both my angles up. That's the only way I can, probably not the only way, but the best way I could see routing this. So we got this, then we got American to DIN, and this is the original hose right here, the original hydraulic line that goes to my swivel motor. So we'll hook that right into there like that, and that'll give us our feed lines. 2 of these, of course. And then, so then we got, he said it was easiest to go from JIC, from American Thread, NPT, JIC to DIN. Y'all get that? This is my DIN. So my local running store has pre-made lines. Probably Tractor Supply does too. So that's all American. So that went into National Pipe Thread and NPT. Now I need a coupler. Need a coupler to go to my JIC and then back to DIN, and that'll go to my hydraulic motor. Alright, so there I was, put the cushion valve in. I pulled the hydraulic motor out because, of course, all the bolts are loose. And we had a mangled thread. So I got myself a tap. That is, on mine, it's a 10.15 tap millimeter. So we gotta chase some threads before we could put the motor back in. I'm gonna blue Loctite it all. I don't recommend red Loctite unless you want it forever, because red Loctite, you have to heat with a torch to get it red hot to even think about breaking it loose. Somebody said something about orange Loctite. I've never used it, so I can't recommend it. So we're going with blue. Got this cushion valve all put in. I'm not going to turn it up anymore, and where it's at, I like it there. It's not beating on the machine, and it don't jerk around. That's fast enough for me. If I need anything bigger, I'll use that. Alright, we got the valve body cowl off. Always put your always put your nuts and bolts back in everything. Save yourself some headache. Got the floor off. Alright, we'll go from there.